There is a specific kind of paralysis that comes from staring at a completely blank piece of paper. For Vashti, that empty page proves a belief she can't shake. She has no creative talent. She eventually gives up and drops her pencil. When a student hits this wall, a mentor faces a unique problem. A vacuum of self-belief resists technical instruction. It requires a psychological solution. This four-tier pyramid visualizes where education stalls. At the base is telling. Moving up, a teacher might explain or demonstrate. But for a student with imposter syndrome, these inputs hit a wall, reinforcing insecurity. To reach the apex, inspiration, mentors bypass the technical entirely, shattering defenses. The teacher starts by looking at Vashti's empty paper and offering a gentle observation. Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm. It's a small dose of humor designed to lower the tension in the room. Then she issues a different kind of instruction. She doesn't ask Vashti to draw a landscape or paint a picture. She simply asks her to make a single mark on the paper and see where it goes. Frustrated and eager to meet the absolute minimum requirement to end the assignment, Vashti grabs a marker and stabs the paper. One harsh, singular dot. Instead of criticizing the aggressive attitude, Vashti's teacher picks up the paper and studies the mark with focused attention. She treats this tiny dot as a serious effort. She slides the paper back across the desk and gives one final, unexpected command. Now, sign it. By asking for a signature, the teacher anchors the mark to Vashti's identity. It forces her to stop evaluating the paper as a potential masterpiece and instead accept it as her own. When Vashti walks into the classroom the following week, she stops dead. There, hanging prominently behind the teacher's desk in a massive ornate golden frame, is her crude little dot. This act of extreme validation triggers an immediate reaction. Vashti looks at the framed dot and realizes she is capable of producing something better than that single mark. A spark of intrinsic motivation takes over. She opens a set of watercolors she had previously refused to touch. She begins painting a red dot, then a purple one, then a yellow one. The experimentation scales rapidly. She discovers that blue and yellow create green. She moves to larger canvases, painting massive dots with oversized brushes, and even learns to paint the negative space around a shape to leave a white dot in the center. At this stage, the mentor's job is effectively done. By validating that first mark, the teacher connected the student to her own internal source of curiosity, which now drives the entire learning process. Inspiration functions as a permanent internal rewire. It transforms a fearful, passive observer into an active creator who no longer needs external permission to begin. Weeks later, at the school's art exhibition, Vashti is surrounded by her own complex, colorful dot paintings. She is no longer a student avoiding an assignment. She is a creator. A young boy approaches her, echoing the same self-doubt she once felt. He tells her he could never draw like her, that he can't even draw a straight line with a ruler. Vashti doesn't offer technical advice on how to use a ruler. Instead, she hands the boy a blank piece of paper and asks him to show her a line. The boy presses the pencil to the paper. His hand trembles as he drags the lead across the page, creating a jagged, uneven line. Vashti looks at the wobbly mark, smiles, and asks him to sign it. This demonstrates how inspiration becomes a contagious chain reaction, turning the inspired student into the next mentor. For any manager, parent, or leader, the goal is often the same: to engineer this kind of breakthrough for someone paralyzed by their own perceived limitations. Daji suggests that mentors function as second parents. Their responsibility centers on nourishing the student's mind and heart, creating the emotional foundation required to process new information. This cleaning work is the most vital, often unseen task of leadership. It involves actively clearing the negative mindsets and self-limiting beliefs that block a person's potential before any real teaching can begin. When a leader identifies the specific fear holding a person back and engineers a moment of validation, they clear a path for a lifetime of hidden potential.